Hello, greetings to you, my dear students and my dear parents. இப்போ நம்ம என்ன பார்க்க போறோம் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா சிபிஎஸ்இ 10th மேக்ஸ் ட்ரையாங்கிள்ஸ்ல இருந்து வேற மாதிரி ஒரு சூப்பர்பான கொஸ்டின்ஸ் தான் நம்ம வந்து சால்வ் பண்ண போறோம். ஸோ என்னோட சேர்ந்து நீங்களும் வந்து சால்வ் பண்ணுங்க. உங்களுக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கா சூப்பர்பா ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கும் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். உங்களுக்கு வந்து அப்படியே ஃபன்னா, அதாச்சும் உங்களுக்கு படிச்ச மாதிரி ஃபீல் இருக்காது. அப்படியே நம்ம ஜாலியா பேசுற மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். அட் லாஸ்ட் நம்ம நிறைய விஷயம் லேர்ன் பண்ண ஃபீல் உங்களுக்கு சூப்பர்பா இருக்கும் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். ஓகே, உங்களுக்கு வந்து விசிபிளா இருக்குல்ல? அப்படி இல்லைன்னா ஃபுல் ஸ்கிரீன் வச்சு பாருங்க, உங்களுக்கு வந்து விசிபிளா கிளியரா தெரியும் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். ஓகே, இப்போ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கொஸ்டின் ஆக்சுவலா பாத்தீங்கன்னா ட்ரையாங்கிள்ஸ் சாப்டர் வந்துட்டு ரொம்ப ஒரு ஈஸின்னு சொல்ல மாட்டேன், டிஃபிகல்ட்டான சாப்டர் தான். பட் நம்ம கொஞ்சம் கேர்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கணும் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். தியரி வைஸ் இதுல வந்துட்டு நிறைய விஷயங்கள் இருக்கு. அந்த விஷயங்கள்லாம் இருந்தாலுமே நம்ம வந்துட்டு அதை கத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா ரொம்ப வந்து சிம்பிளா முடிஞ்சிடும். அதாச்சும் டைம் சேவர். இந்த ஒரு சாப்டர் பாத்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு வந்து டைம் சேவருக்கான சாப்டர் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். அதனால இந்த சாப்டரை அசால்ட்டா எடுத்துக்காதீங்க. குறிப்பா சென்டம் எய்ம் பண்ற ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் இருக்கீங்கன்னா தயவு செஞ்சு விட்டு கொடுத்துடாதீங்க. இந்த சாப்டர் சூப்பரான சாப்டர் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். ஓகே, உங்களுக்கு எல்லாமே விசிபிளா இருக்குல்ல? எதுனாலுமே கமெண்ட் செக்ஷன்ல சொல்லுங்க, லைவ் சாட்ல சொல்லுங்க. எனக்கு வந்து இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கா ஜாலியா இருக்கும் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். ஓகே, இப்போ வாங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் क्वेश्चन. இன் ட்ரையாங்கிள்ஸ் ஏபிசி அண்ட் டிஇஎஃப். ஆக்சுவலா இவன் வந்து ஒரு சிம்பிளான क्वेश्चन மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். இந்த இடத்துல பாத்தீங்கன்னா கான்குருவன்ட் சிமிலர் இதை பேஸ் பண்ணி வருஷம் ஏதாவது ஒரு क्वेश्चन கண்டிப்பா கேட்டுருவாங்க. ஸோ நீங்க வந்துட்டு தயவு செஞ்சு இந்த கொஸ்டினை அசால்ட்டா எடுத்துக்காதீங்க. ஒரு சில நேரத்துல ரொம்ப ஈஸியா கேட்பாங்க, ஒரு சில நேரத்துல கொஞ்சம் டஃபா கேட்பாங்க. அப்படி டஃபா கேட்ட கொஸ்டின் தான் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் இந்த கொஸ்டின் வந்து 2025ல கேட்டிருந்த கொஸ்டின். ஸோ மிஸ் பண்ணிடாதீங்க, ரொம்ப சிம்பிளான கொஸ்டின் தான். ஸோ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இந்த இடத்துல வந்து நமக்கு ரெண்டு ட்ரையாங்கிள் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. ட்ரையாங்கிள் ஏபிசி, அடுத்து ட்ரையாங்கிள் டிஇஎஃப். இப்போ மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் இதுல இருந்து என்ன சொல்லிருக்காங்கன்னா ஆங்கிள் பி ஆங்கிள் இ ஈக்குவலா இருக்கும், ஆங்கிள் எஃப் ஆங்கிள் சி ஈக்குவலா இருக்கும். அதுக்கப்புறம் ஸோ நமக்கு வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கொடுத்துருக்கிற இந்த பாயிண்ட்டை வச்சு நம்ம ஒரு விஷயம் அப்சர்வ் பண்ணிடலாம் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். இது வந்து சிமிலரா? எஸ் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், இது வந்து சிமிலர். ஏன்னா நமக்கு வந்துட்டு ரெண்டு ஆங்கிள் ஈக்குவலா இருக்கு. ஸோ ரெண்டு ஆங்கிள் ஈக்குவலா இருந்துச்சுன்னா பை ஏஏ கிரிட்டேரியா இட் இஸ் சிமிலர் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். அதே மாதிரி ரெண்டு ஆங்கிள் ஈக்குவலா இருந்துச்சுன்னா இதுக்கு ஆப்போசிட் சைட்ஸுமே ஈக்குவலா இருக்கும் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். அப்படி ஈக்குவலா இருந்துச்சுன்னா இது வந்துட்டு ஐசோஸ்லஸ் ட்ரையாங்கிள். இதை பேஸ் பண்ணி இந்த மாதிரியான கொஸ்டின்ஸ்லாம் வந்து கேட்டிருக்காங்க. ஸோ தயவு செஞ்சு இதெல்லாம் கேர்ஃபுல்லா பார்த்து வச்சுக்கோங்க, ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியம் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். ஓகே, ஸோ இப்போ நமக்கு ஒரு விஷயம் கிளியர் ஆயிடுச்சு, இது வந்து சிமிலர். இப்ப இது வந்து சிமிலருங்கிறது ஓகே, இது வந்து கான்குருவெண்டா இல்லையா அது வந்து நமக்கு தெரியணும்ல மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். ஸோ அதுக்காக தான் இந்த ஒரு பாயிண்ட். ஸோ நமக்கு வந்து தெரியும் கான்குருவெண்ட்னா என்ன மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், அப்படியே சிமிலரா இருப்பான். அதாவது ட்வின்ஸ் மாதிரி சேமா இருக்கும் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். எந்த ஒரு சேஞ்சுமே இருக்காது. அதாச்சும் ஷேப்பா இருக்கலாம், சைஸா இருக்கலாம், லென்த்தா இருக்கலாம், எப்படி எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னாலுமே எக்ஸாக்ட்லி சேமா இருக்கணும். அதுதான் கான்குருவெண்ட். ஆனா இந்த இடத்துல தெளிவா சொல்லிட்டாங்க ஏபி ஈக்குவல்ஸ் டு 3 டைம்ஸ் ஆஃப் டிஇ. அப்ப இது வந்து ப்ரொபோர்ஷனல் தான் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். ப்ரொபோர்ஷன் ரேஷியோ சைடு வந்துருச்சுனாலே அது வந்து சிமிலர் மட்டும்தான், கான்குருவெண்ட் கிடையவே கிடையாது. ஸோ ஆப்ஷன் டி தான் கரெக்டான ஆன்சர் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். ஓகே, ஸோ உங்களுக்கு வந்து புரிஞ்சிருக்கா? உங்களுக்கு எதுனாலுமே வந்துட்டு மறக்காம கமெண்ட்ஸ்ல சொல்லுங்க, லைவ் சாட்ல சொல்லுங்க. நான் ரீட் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு தான் இருக்கேன். ஸோ கண்டிப்பா ரிப்ளை பண்ணுவேன் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். ஓகே, இப்போ வாங்க நெக்ஸ்ட் கொஸ்டின். ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் இந்த கொஸ்டின் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இது வந்துட்டு பிபிடி தியரம். அதாவது நம்ம ட்ரையாங்கிள்ஸ்ல பிபிடி தியரம் இல்லாம எந்த ஒரு கொஸ்டின்ஸும் கேட்கவே மாட்டாங்க. அதுதான் உண்மை மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். ஸோ பிபிடி தியரம் மஸ்ட். ஸோ நீங்க பிபிடி தியரமையும் நீங்க வந்து சால்வ் பண்ணி கத்து வச்சுக்கோங்க. அதுவுமே வந்துட்டு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். அதை பேஸ் பண்ண கொஸ்டின்ஸும் தெரிஞ்சு வச்சுக்கோங்க. எந்த செட்டா இருந்தாலும் கண்டிப்பா ஒரு கொஸ்டின் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் கண்டிப்பா இருக்கு. ஸோ இது வந்துட்டு ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். ஓகே, பிபிடி தியரம். பிபிடி தியரம்னா உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், பேசிக் ப்ரொபோர்ஷனாலிட்டி தியரம் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். ஸோ இந்த இடத்துல ஒரு ட்ரையாங்கிளுக்கு நடுவில் ஒரு பேரலல் லைன் இருக்கு, ஒரு சைடு ரேஷியோ கொடுத்துட்டாங்க, ஏபி டிவைடட் பை பிபி கொடுத்துட்டாங்க. அப்ப ரிமைனிங் நமக்கு வந்து என்ன கேட்டிருக்காங்க மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், ஏக்யூவோட சைடு தான் கேட்டிருக்காங்க. ஸோ இதுல இருந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நம்ம பிபிடி தியரம் எழுதிடுவோம். ஏபி டிவைடட் பை பிபி இஸ் ஈக்குவல்ஸ் டு ஏக்யூ டிவைடட் பை கியூசி. ஸோ இதுதான் மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் பிபிடி தியரம். இப்ப நமக்கான என்ன கேட்டிருக்காங்கன்னா AQ கேட்டிருக்காங்க, AC கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. given வந்து டோட்டல் AC பாத்தீங்கன்னா 20.4. எனக்கான AQ தான் வேணும். அப்ப நான் என்ன பண்றேன், இந்த QCயை கன்வெர்ட் பண்றேன். எப்படி சார் கன்வெர்ட் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னா QC is equals to AQ minus AC minus AQ எடுத்தோம்னா நம்ம QC வந்துரும் my dear students. ஓகே, ओह हिंदी में आप बात कर रहा हूँ भाई, मुझे हिंदी थोड़ा थोड़ा आता है, बहुत अच्छा नहीं है। मैं तमिल में बात कर रहा हूँ, समझ गया मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? आप 10th स्टैंडर्ड पढ़ रहा हूँ क्या? अच्छा ठीक है, so I'll explain in English also. So QC is equals to AC minus AQ, so that we'll get a QC also, my dear students. So what we are going to do here, we are going to replace it here. So AP divided by PB is equals to AQ divided by AC minus AQ, my dear students. So that what we will get here, we already know the value of AC, which is 20.4. Now we are going to substitute all the values. So we will get 4 by 13 is equals to AQ divided by AC 20.4 minus AQ, my dear students. Okay, I think still now here you have understood everything. Okay, now just we are going to simplify it. That's it, my dear students. So what we'll get after simplification, if any of you are following it, please comment it down so that I'll feel little more happy you are just solving with me. Okay, so 4 into 20.4 minus AQ is equals to 13 AQ, my dear students. Okay, have you understood? So 4 into 20.4 minus AQ. Now just we have to multiply inside, then we have to solve it. So here we will get it as 81.6 minus 4 into AQ is equals to 13 AQ. So 81.6 AQ is equals to 81.6 divided by 17. So final answer will be 17. Here we can take it as 4 times, my dear students. So 4 remainder 6, 8, my dear students. So 4.8. Since here point is there, the final answer is AQ is equals to 4.8 centimeter. So option D is the correct answer. No, Nitin, be careful. 4.8 is the correct answer. So 17 into 5, which goes 85. So 4, 17 fours are is the correct answer. Okay, be careful in basic things. At last, if you mark it as 5.8, whatever you have done till now, it will go waste. So be careful, okay? Okay, my dear friends, I hope the first question you all have enjoyed well. Now let's solve the second question. Now I have gathered all the questions which are very important, because these are POQ's question only. So it will be easier for you to recall how in question paper it will comes. Okay, now let's solve this question, my dear students. This is also based on congruent and similarity concept, but it's slight easier compared to that. Okay, so here already they have given two triangles, DEF and triangle PQR, which implies they also have given two angles are similar. Then which of the following is not true? So here they have given two triangles, my dear students, DEF. Then triangle PQR. Okay, my dear students, till now have you understood it well? But here one thing you have to observe it. If you have simply have taken like these two triangles means, which is not going to be solvable for our question, because here you have to observe one very important thing. because based on this, the proportion will change. If you continue the answer with this triangle, you will get the wrong answer. So here angle D is equals to angle Q. So here we have to change it according to the question. So angle D means here it have to come, my dear students. Next, angle E is equals to angle R. Then angle F, which is equals to P, my dear students. So we have to label it very carefully. Otherwise, we will end up in wrong answer only. Okay. Are you guys following up? If you are following up, just comment it down. Or which language you prefer? In Hindi I know little bit only. I am not that much well known in Hindi. Okay, थोड़ा थोड़ा आता है, बहुत अच्छा नहीं है. So next, my dear friends, so here from here we can observe it. Triangle DEF similar to triangle QRP. So from here we can write the proportion, my dear friends. So DE divided by QR, DF divided by QP, EF divided by RP or PR, my dear students. Anything is fine. So now we have to compare with our options, then we have to solve it. So now which one will be the wrong answer, my dear students? Comment it down so that I feel happy just you are following up with me. Okay. So tell me the correct answer, my dear students. Which one is the correct answer? So here we have DE divided by QR, DF divided by PQ. So which is the correct answer? Actually true. So for our question, they have asked not true. So next, EF divided by PR, DF divided by PQ. Yeah, which is also true, my dear students. Then EF divided by RP or PR. D is equals to QR. Yes, it is true. Then option D, which is the wrong answer, my dear students. Okay, I hope you found it useful. Now let's move to the next question, my dear students. This is the very important question. Based on this question, they'll ask you many other questions in 3 marks, 5 marks, because this theory part is very important. So be careful with this. Whenever there is a triangle and there is an altitude, there are 3 important cases, my dear students. If you know that formula, you can directly implement it. If you don't know, then it will become very tough for you to solve those problems. Okay, so what is that trick, sir? Please tell us. I can understand your mind voice. So the answer is, am I audible, my dear students? It is audible, right? Okay. So first thing, my dear students, whenever they'll give like this and they ask you to find AC, here AC means the formula is AC square is equals to BC into CD, my dear students. Okay, so AC we know, that's what we have to find, that is x square, my dear students. BC they have mentioned 16 into CD, which is 4, my dear students. If we multiply it, it is 64. So 8 square, x is equals to 8. That's it, my dear students. So the correct answer is option C. So 8 is the correct answer. Okay, I hope you understood it well. If you have any other doubt, please comment it down, my dear students. Okay. So here, from here for AC means the formula is AC square is equals to BC into CD. If they have asked AD or AB, I show you that formula also. Then it is AD square is equals to BD into CD, my dear students. Then relation for side AC, that's what we have solved it. So AC square into BC into CD. Then AB square, if they have asked BC into BD, my dear students. So be very careful. What are the inputs they have given? Observe it closely, then try to solve the problem. If you have misplaced, then you will get the wrong answers only. Okay, now the wrong answers only trend is going very well in YouTube, Instagram, in social media, but wrong answers are treated as wrong answer in question paper. Okay, my dear friends, now let's solve the next question. This is very interesting question actually. In the given figure, QR divided by QS is equals to QT divided by PR. and angle 1 is equals to angle 2 they have mentioned, my dear students. So from the given figure we can observe QR, QS, QT divided by PR. So these two are proportional, and they have given, my dear students, triangle PQS and triangle TQR. They both are similar. They said everything, my dear students. Now what we have to do, actually we have to show that PQS, it says actually given, we have to prove that, my dear students. So first we have the given. Based on the given, one thing we can assure, my dear students, angle 1 is equals to angle 2, which means both sides are equal here, for which triangle we are taking angle 1 and 2, that is very, very important, that is PQR. So angle 1, angle 2, my dear students. Here you have to observe one thing, PQR. So PQ is equals to PR. So PQ is equals to PR, which is very, very, very important, my dear students. That's it. If you find this part, then everything is very, very easy, my dear students. So from the given QR divided by QS is equals to QT divided by PR. Are you guys following up, my dear students? Okay, so now instead of PR, we can write PQ, my dear students, because we have to find PQS and PQR. So what we are going to do, first step as QR divided by QS is equals to QT divided by PQ, my dear students. Okay, now next part is very interesting. What we are going to do, just for our simplification, my dear students, we are going to reciprocal it. This is just for our convenience purpose, nothing else, my dear students. Okay, PQ divided by QT. Now again one more thing we are going to do, just to make it very simple, which is that cross multiply, my dear students. So once we do cross multiply, here we get QS divided by PQ is equals to QR divided by QT. That's it, my dear students. So we'll got the final value. So here we can observe QS is equals to QR, my dear students. So now, my dear students, there are two triangles. Already we have discussed. So now the given triangles, what we have to prove, I'll show you that. So PQS, TQR. Here both the angles are same, my dear students, in both the triangles. So one angle is similar. Then QS is equal to QR. Then PQ is equals to QT. So then by SAS, my dear students, by SAS criteria, triangle PQS similar to triangle TQR. That's it, my dear students. That's all. So I hope you have enjoyed it well. So this is very simple. As I said in before, triangles chapter is very, very simple, my dear students. But we have to be very understandable in the theory part. We have to know how to solve it. That's it, my dear students. Okay. Now the next question. This is next level question. By look, it might scare you, but other than it is very, very, very simple question, my dear students. The diagonal BD of a parallelogram ABCD intersects the line segment AE. First, let me show you the diagram. Once if you have drawn this diagram from the basic things, then this one is very easy, my dear friends. Nothing else is there. The diagonal BD of your parallelogram ABCD intersects the line segment AE, and where AE is any point in BC. That's what they have mentioned here, my dear friends. Then another line DB. So they both intersect at the point F. So this is very, very important. Now what we have do, my dear friends, generally it is like a transversal line. So two parallel lines are there. In between, one line is cutting it down. So it is a transversal line, my dear students. Since it is transversal line, we do with the steps of transversal concept. So based on that, angle DAF will be equal to angle BEF, my dear students, alternate interior angles. Okay, I hope you understood it well. Then now AD, which is equals to DB, and here also, my dear students. So angle AF, now I'll mention everything separate so that it won't confuse you. So first thing, angle DAF is equals to angle DAF is equals to AEB. Sorry, this triangle, my dear students. So angle BEF. Next, angle ADF is equals to angle EBF. Next, my dear students, angle which one? BFE is equals to angle AFD. That's it, my dear students. Okay. Oh, yes. One guy asked how QS is equals to QR. So from which question you are asking? Oh, from here. How QS is equals to QR. See, here you observe it. It is proportional, my dear students. So above the terms will be equal. That's what the proportion meaning it is, right? So QS PQ and here QR by QT. So both the sides will be similar, my dear students, equal. So that is how we said side angle side. So QS is equals to QR. So numerator will be equals to numerator. Denominator will be equals to denominator. So based on that only I have mentioned it. Have you understood alpha 5791? Is my internet good? Okay. So now we are solving this question, my dear students. So next, what I have said, yes, just I have said all the interior angles are good, my dear students. So based on this, we can say, so all the angles are similar. So triangle, which one? BFE, similar to triangle ADF, my dear students, or AFD, anything. So they both are similar. So now what we have to do, my dear students? DF into EF, FB into FA. We have to prove it. So what we are going to do? We are going to take the proportion. So DF divided by FB, which is going to, here I am taking, my dear students, DF divided by FB. They both are proportion. Then I want FA and FB. So what I'm going to take? This line I'm going to take AE. So AF divided by FE. So which implies to DF into FE is equals to AF into AB. This is what here also is there, my dear students. Just we have to change it. That's it. Okay. So I hope you all have understood it well. Sorry, here AF into FB. I have written AB. So the final answer is DF into EF is equals to FB into FA. Have you guys understood it well? Okay, my dear students. Next, solve the next question. This is another level question. So usually I say don't scare for the questions, my dear students, by look. It might look very simple. The solution is also very simple only. But there are two methods, my dear students. But one thing I have to mention you, if the question is very simple as well as the solution, it is simple only in triangles, but you have to think a lot. It might look complicated lot compared to the bigger questions. This question can be solved in two methods, my dear students. One, actual the similarity criteria. Based on that we can solve this question. Another method is there which is converse of BPT theorem. I said right, based on BPT theorem, we will solve, surely we will solve some questions. In that similar way, here also we can solve the same question using BPT theorem as well as converse of BPT theorem, my dear students. At last, we will say BAC is equals to 90 degree based on converse of BPT theorem. Okay, if you guys plot it, how to start it, please comment it down. I feel happy. Okay, now let's solve it, my dear students. I haven't expected. Usually I'll teach in Tamil only in my channel. So now many of them have from North and Hindi also asking, since I'm teaching in English itself. Okay, so which language is comfortable? Tell me. Based on that, I switch it. So now, my dear students, what they have given, angle, triangle ABC, they have given, and they have mentioned AD. So there is an altitude, my dear students, perpendicular to BC, and they have given AD square is equals to BD into DC. Then prove that angle BAC. So our aim is to prove this part, my dear students. BAC is equals to 90 degree. And they have given, we plotted it down. And one more thing, if you are using it in the same method, we can't solve it, my dear students. So what we are going to do, we are going to convert this equation into a proportion so that it will be easier for us. Now let's see, BD divided by AD, my dear students, is equals to AD divided by DC. So which resembles the same this equation, my dear students, BD into DC. If we do cross multiplication, AD square is equals to BD into DC. That's what we got it here. So it will be easier for us. Okay, are you guys are following up right? So here one more thing you have to observe. There are two smaller triangles, my dear students. This one is 90 degree both sides. So angle ADB is also 90 degree, ADC which is also 90 degree. As I said, this is a what line, my dear students? It is an altitude. Now we are taking, now to prove angle BAC 90 degree, now what I am going to take? Two smaller triangles, which is angle DAB and triangle DAC, my dear students. These two triangles I am taking. Now one more thing, as I said before, now I'll write it ADC is equals to, then BDA triangle angle BDA is equals to 90 degree. That's it, my dear students. Now by SAS property, so SAS, how sir? Because now you see here one angle is equal, my dear students, and wait, let me write it separate so that it will be easier a little more. A, B, B, A, B, C, my dear students. So both sides 90 degree. And from this proportion, like last problem, we can say BD is equals to we can say AD similar to DB, AD similar to DC, my dear students. So based on side angle, we can say triangle DAB similar to triangle DAC. Okay, my dear students, have you understood it well? So these are similar, these two smaller triangles are. So that what we can say, how it is very useful, sir, you might think here angle B is equals to this and this also will be equal, my dear students. Angle C and angle DAB, they both are equal. So that is the usefulness, my dear students. So angle B is equals to angle DAC. Next, angle C is equals to angle DAB, my dear students. Now actually we have to find angle BAC. So for angle BAC, what we are going to do, my dear friends, just it's the sum property. So sum of all the angles which is going to be equal to 180 degree. We know about that, my dear friends. So now what we are going to do, angle A plus angle B plus angle C, which is equals to 180 degree. So this problem, my dear friends, might be little confusing through this method. By converse BPT method, it is very simple, very easier. But using this method, it might be slightly difficult. Please rewatch it once again, you will understand it. Okay. So instead of angle B, so here instead of angle A, what I can do, angle BAC plus angle B, angle DAC plus angle DAB, my dear students, is equals to 180 degree. So if I add DAB and DAC, I will get angle BAC plus angle BAC is equals to 180 degree. So 2 times of BAC, which is equals to angle BAC, is equals to 90 degree. That's it, my dear students. So I hope you understood it well. If you have any more doubt, please ask it in the comment section. Okay. So now we'll solve the same question using BPT theorem. I hope you understood it well, my dear students, in this concept. So if you want some more idea, as I said, please rewatch it. Other than if you want clarity, please ask it down in the comment section. Below that, my WhatsApp number is also there. If you want the complete marathon series, already I taught for all the 14 chapters. You can find the playlist and you can watch and you can enjoy it. Okay. Now, my dear students, using BPT theorem. So already they have given AD square BD into DC. So same logic, my dear students. So A DB ADC, just for our understanding I am taking. So ADB ADC. Okay. So here, my dear students, for both triangles, AB square is equals to AD square plus DB square. Then AC square is equals to AD square plus DC square. Okay, my dear students, have you understood it well here? So here we are using the Pythagoras theorem. Sorry, here not BPT, Pythagoras. Pythagoras theorem. Okay, my dear students. So here now what we are going to do, just we are going to add, because actually it is the single triangle, right, my dear students. So we are going to add it. So AB square plus AC square is equals to AD square plus DB square. Just we are going to add these things also, my dear students. So AD square. So if we add it, we will get it 2 times of AD square. Okay. Yes, my dear students. Plus DB square plus DC square. Okay. Actually, these are whole square, my dear students. Okay. Now, my dear students, if you observe one thing, so 2 times of AD into AD is there, and now, my dear students, one thing is there. So instead of AD square, we can write it. Sorry, just I think it as AD into AD. So instead of AD square, we can write BD into DC plus DB square plus DC square. So this one we can write it as DB plus DC the whole square, my dear students. Okay. So AB plus AC the whole square is equals to DB plus DC the whole square, which means DC square. So AB square plus AC square. So actually, my dear students, we can use this Pythagoras theorem whenever 90 degree is there. So the converse is whenever the square terms are equal, we can say it is 90 degree. So based on by converse of BPT. Sorry, I am again and again. Pythagoras theorem. Converse of Pythagoras theorem. So which is equals to angle BAC is equals to 90 degree. That's it, my dear friends. I hope you all have understood it well. If you have any other doubt, please ask it in the comment section. Okay. Now, my dear students, next question. This one, another easy question, my dear students. I hope you can itself solve it on by one. If triangle ABC similar to triangle PQR, so they have given they both are similar. So ABC, so triangle PQR. Okay, in which AB is equals to 6 centimeter, BC is equals to 4 centimeter, AC is equals to 8 centimeter, and PR is equals to 6 centimeter, my dear students. They have given everything. So they have marked AB 6, BC 4, then AC 8. Oh, they have given everything. So PR 6. Now we have to find PQ plus QR. So already they have given they both are similar, my dear students. Since they both are similar, we can directly write AB divided by PQ, then AC divided by PR, then BC divided by QR. Okay, my dear students. Now, next thing, just we have to apply it and we have to find PQ and QR. Then we have to substitute and we have to add it. We have to find it, my dear students. So then first AB, 6 divided by PQ is equals to AC, 8 divided by PR, 6 is equals to BC, 4 divided by QR. Next, 6 divided by PQ. Here we can cancel it out, my dear students, so that it will become easier. So 4 by 3 is equals to 4 divided by QR. So next, to find PQ, just we have to cross multiply it, my dear students. So PQ is equals to what we'll get. So 3 by 4, it will become 6 into 3 divided by 4, my dear students. If we just do cross multiply, so it will become 2, 3. So here it is 4.5, my dear students. PQ is equals to 4.5. Next, my dear students, QR. So we have to find QR. So in the same way, my dear students, you can find it. Already I found it. So just I'm directly writing it QR, which is equals to 3 centimeter. You solve and see, my dear students. So QR is equals to 3 centimeter. So PQ plus QR, which is equals to 7.5 centimeter. Okay, fine, my dear students. Now, so I hope you understood this question. This is very simple question. So I hope you don't have any doubt. So now the last question, my dear students, and a very interesting question. In the given figure, PS divided by SQ and PT divided by TR. Here we are using BPT theorem because there is a parallel line, my dear students, as well as here we use the transversal concept also. I'll explain you how it is. And they asked us whether PQR is an isosceles triangle. What is meant by isosceles triangle, my dear students? Two angles have to be same so that two equal sides are also will be similar, my dear students. Based on that, we can say isosceles triangle. So here for R, they have given one angle, they have given, my dear students. Angle R and angle PST is equal. So if we found it, angle PQ, this Q is also similar to PR, then we can easily say, yes, it is the triangle isosceles triangle. So based on the BPT theorem, little converse BPT theorem, we will come to the solution, my dear students. Okay, why we are using converse, that matters a lot, right? We can use BPT theorem because here already they have given the proportion. So PQ divided by SQ is equals to PT divided by TR. So which is they have given the proportion. So now based on this proportion, we can say ST parallel to QR. That's it, my dear friends. So now you have to observe one thing. Parallel lines. So S and T, Q and R, they both are parallel. So here it goes like this, my dear friends. So here PQ is actually the transversal line, my dear friends. For this parallel line, PQ is the transversal line. So if it is transversal line, the interior angles also will be same, right? So angle PST is equals to angle PQR. Already in given, they have given angle PST is equals to angle PRQ. Angle PRQ. So here, my dear friends, from this I can say angle PQR is equals to angle PRQ. So that's it, my dear friends. So that's all, we finished it. So from here we can say PQR. So since two angles are similar, you have to finish it like this, my dear friends. Don't finish it here itself, then you won't get full marks, because there will be an on-screen marking system for you also. Maybe this year, we don't know about how the new minister is going to take the decision, but they might. So be careful. So write the answers very properly so that you won't lose any mark. At last you can say, yes, it is the triangle PQR is an isosceles triangle. That's it, my dear friends. Okay, I hope this live session was very interesting and good for you. If you find it useful, please comment it down. I feel very happy. And if you have any suggestions or anything, please comment it down. So in which language you want it? I thought for Tamil students it will be easier, but you people have asked me in other languages, which is very happy for me. Okay, my dear friends, you comment it down. If you want any other chapter also, please comment it down. I will make a video for you. Okay. Thank you, my dear friends. Bye bye.